Hello all and welcome back. It's a new day and I've had this in the refrigerator overnight. It looks amazing. And so I'm going to take this out, the cheesecake, shortcake. And you just take a spatula. This is an offset spatula. And just go around the edge all the way around to loosen it up. And then open the spring. Lift that off. And good, it didn't stick at all. So this is the layer of the shortcake and the strawberry cheesecake. And then I take a piece of wax paper. Grab it out of the drawer. Take a piece of wax paper, place it over the top, and I use another cake board for support. Place it on top and flip this over so that I can take this bottom of the spring pan off. And I line the spring pan with wax paper. You just take that off. So that's what the bottom of the shortcake crust looks like. Set this aside for a second. And I'm going to show you the cake board that I'm going to place it on, which you saw already. But I use a piece of, what is this, shelf liner? And just place it on my turntable. And you can use any kind of turntable. I have several, but this one's flat and it's easier for me to use. Place it on the turntable so that when you put your cake board down, it doesn't move. If you don't have that, it's going to slide everywhere while you're trying to decorate. So I put that down. And then I'm going to put a dollop. Let me wash this off right quick. And I'm going to put a dollop of icing on the bottom. Actually on the top of the cake board so that it will hold the cake without sliding. And you don't need a lot, just enough to hold it. Then I take and place the cake up here. Take the cake board and flip it over. Then flip it all over again. Remove this. And center the cake, which it looks like is pretty centered. So now what I'm going to do is frost the top of this with the buttercream, because I'm going to be placing the cake, the strawberry cake, on top of this. So let me blend this, mix this up a little bit. It's been sitting overnight also. And in the background, I'm listening to, I just subbed to Make This Go Viral TV. So she's on, if you hear that. And I'm just going to do it and push it out to the edge. I don't put a very thick layer because, you know, a lot of people don't like a lot of frosting. So this is just to hold the cake layer on top. And push that aside. And here's the cake that I froze last night. Now, another reason that I freeze the cake is because it's so much easier to frost when it's stiff like that. Even if you're making the cake the same day, if you throw the cake in the freezer for at least a half hour, 45 minutes to stiffen it up so that you can frost a lot easier. So I just flipped it over in the pan that I baked it in. Take that off. And of course I line the bottom. Take that off. Now I want this side on the top because it's flat. This side here, the top part is more rounded. So what I'll do, and I should have kept that, I'll just use my sheet here of wax paper. Use my board again. I believe I'm doing this right. And flip it. So that I can hold on to this top part. Okay, now I can remove that. Pull this back over and place this on top, trying to center it. That's pretty centered. Wash my hands. So the next part is to frost this entire cake. So it's actually 3 layers. It's a shortbread crust, the strawberry cheesecake, and then the strawberry cake. Of course, with as much batter that I made for the cake, I had to make 2 9-inch cakes. So the other one will be wrapped tightly with press and seal and foil and placed in a freezer bag and put in the freezer. I can make the family a cake with that. So I'll just, oh, not right now. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. That was my daughter-in-law. I had to get that. Make sure nothing's wrong. So I'm just going to start frosting, and I start with the sides. Trying to push it down to the bottom where the cake board is. And to make it stick, I just wiggle back and forth. And this is a decent thickness on the sides so that the strawberry crumble will push into it. And I'll come back and smooth it out once I go all the way around. When I was in the cake baking business, I was self-taught. I did everything. Well, my mom taught me a few things, but I did everything, you know, watching YouTube channels, Google. It's just something that really interested me, and it was a passion at that time. But it's tedious to me, and I no longer do it as much. Hold on. This won't let me be great today. Anyway, that was my daughter-in-law. Needed double D batteries for a pump. So she can pump up the pool for my granddaughter. Okay. Almost all the way around. And then I just go Well, I want to make sure that I have enough at the bottom edge. So I'll just go back around and press that in on the bottom. Need a little dab right there. Need a little dab right there. And just take the spatula all the way around, pressing the icing to the cake. Oh, I see I need a little bit right there. All right, now empty spot. Now what I'll do is kind of smooth this all the way around and add as needed. Okay. That's good enough. Now I'll do the top. Just get a big blop. Plop it on there. And just go in a circle. Not quite enough. And just circular motions and push your icing to the edge. A little more. And just let it meet at the top edge of the cake. All the way around. And I'll just go back around that edge to make sure it's sealed. Smooth this over a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect because you're putting the crumble on top and no one will see what your icing looks like. There you have it. I have my strawberry crumble that I have previously made. I am praying that this is enough because that's the only step that I didn't show you all was how to make this crumble. So it's a little messy. So I line the counter or table or wherever I'm sitting. Usually I'm sitting down doing this, but I don't want to move my camera back and forth. Line the table with some wax paper. So that it can catch whatever may fall off. Move some things so I can have some room. So now at this point, you just take your crumble by the handful. I actually take 2 handfuls. And I go on each side. Press it and work your way up. Press it in. Press it and work your way up. Pressing it in. Turn your table. Press it in, work your way up. Softly, but firm enough to push the crumble in. Turn your table. Same thing. Just a little bit. Get a good handful. Work your way up. Yeah, I think this just might be enough crumble. And if you want me to show you how to make the crumble, if this is enough, then that will definitely be in a different video. Almost there, y'all. I got that side done, so I just need to do this side. Press it in all the way around. White spots, you see where the frosting is? Just go back and press some in. Especially around the edges. Just lift up on the crumble that has fallen. Check it out all the way around while this frosting is fresh so that you can push it in, because you know frosting has a tendency to form a crust on it after so long, and you won't be able to adhere the crumble. Getting there. Okay. Then I take a brush, a dry brush, and wipe off the excess, brush off the excess crumble onto my, what is this, wax paper. So this good thing to have is a turntable, so that you can just go along and get all that off and let it fall onto your wax paper. I do it with this brush, this silicone brush first, because it kind of picks up the bigger pieces. It's loose. And then I'll come back with a bristle brush. I'm going to have to do this again because I've got to put crumble on top. But I'm just trying to get most of this fallings brushed off. Okay. Try and put this in a pile so I can scoop it back into my bowl. Or actually I can scoop it from here onto the top. Another reason I use wax paper, so that it actually falls on, you know, I would say a clean surface. My counter's clean, but this is just added security. Let it fall on wax paper or foil or whatever you have available. I'm just gonna pull this back a little bit. See, it's still falling. Let me push it up away from the edge of the counter. And then I'm just going to use this kind of brush and get the fine crumbles off. You really don't have to do this right now because more crumble is going to fall when I put it on top, but not as much as when you do it on the sides. Okay, that's pretty good. So what I have here, I'll take, place on top, rub it in. Oh, baby, I'm going to have just enough. Rub it in. I'm going to have to make this stretch. I got a little bit left in here. Just trying to make me make some more. Just for this little bit. I don't want to. I want to be done. I'm just going along the edges and holding the side so that I can try and catch the crumble before it falls. Oh, baby. Yeah, this is gonna be by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Oh boy, let me spread that a little bit. Yeah, because if it's too thick anyway, it's not sticking to the cake. So I can do like this, push it over onto the fresh frosting and pat it in. Because yes, I am trying to stretch this. I'm gonna make it, but it's gonna be real close. Let me stretch all the way around before I use what's left on the wax paper and in my bowl. Because Hunty is trying me right now. And I don't want to make more. I mean, I can. I just want to be done. All right, I got this little section up here in the front to finish. So let's take this, put some in my hand, and come up and push. Push and move. Push and slide, push and move. Almost there, y'all. Look at there, look at there. Hot dog. Thank you, Jesus. Ta-da! Yeah, we did it. We did it. So I'll just go back in now, and where I see the white frosting, I'll add the little bits, press it into the cake. Let me turn it all the way around so I can see all the white spots of frosting. And press crumble into those spots. Okay, I'll give it another firm over with my hands. Like so. Oh, I gotta get this little spot right here. And you know, it's not necessary to have every little white spot covered, but you know me, I'm so anal. Okay, now let me get these crumbs off. Like that, and then see how much comes off the top, because you don't want it falling all over everywhere when you give it to the customer. So I go over the top and just make sure it's covered good and pressed into the frosting, but I go over the top to take off all the little loose pieces, most of the little loose pieces. You'll never get them all. See a little white right there. I'm just going to press a little more right there and a little more right here. And continue to brush. And that's pretty good. So now let me go around the edges again so that I can be all done. The only thing that I'm going to have to add to this cake is strawberries on top. I haven't gone to the store to get strawberries, and I will be dipping those probably in chocolate. But this cake is for a birthday, a surprise birthday, anniversary, birthday. I have to check my email. I think it's birthday, surprise birthday party. And it's not until Friday. So today only being Tuesday, I will be able to freeze this cake. Pull it out on Thursday and have it ready for them on Friday. Ready for pickup. Found a white spot, y'all. White spot of frosting. All right. How's that looking? Scrum-delicious. I wish I could cut into it. I really do. But I can't. I got enough crumble left for a cupcake, maybe a couple cupcakes. I'll let her do a little dance, a little spin for your viewing pleasure. So what I'm going to do is place this cake into this container, this cake container. It's heavy too. It's pretty heavy. I'd like to know how much it weighs. I'm not going to put it on a scale though. It is heavy. It's got to be 3 pounds. 2 pounds maybe. I don't know. Put it in this cake container. Put the top on it. Take it downstairs and put it in my deep freeze. And let it freeze until Thursday. And I checked my email. It is a surprise birthday retirement party for Saturday. So I can leave it in the freezer. He can pick it up Thursday or Friday. I'll find out. Pull it out the day before and put the strawberries on top. Thank you. I'm trying to get this camera up. Oh boy. Thank you for watching part 1 and part 2. I gotta hold this because it's not staying right. Anyway, thank you for watching part 1 and part 2 of the Strawberry Shortcake Cheesecake makings. I appreciate you. We look forward to the next video. One day I will make the crumble and show you how to make the crumble, but I'm not up to it today. I'm ready to get back to my crafting, my orders. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave a comment, and we'll see you next time. Hit the notification bell too. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you much. Have a good one. Peace and love. Oh, speaking of crumble, that's all I had left. I swear I made it by the hair of my chinny chin chin. But I will place this in a freezer bag to add to my next batch. I will not throw this away. And I'll just store this in the freezer. Who wants to come help me wash dishes? I'll wait.